This is Chuck Rapp with Multiply, a podcast to provide a word of encouragement for village church planters and leaders. Our topic for 2026 is leadership development. In my past 3 episodes, I've shared some characteristics that I look for in potential emerging leaders. The 2 that are most important to me are an identity firmly rooted in Jesus Christ and also humility. Today I want to share some thoughts about 3 additional qualities that I look for in emerging leaders. These are a personality that others enjoy being with, their reputation, both inside the church and with people outside the church, and a strong Christ-centered marriage if they are married. This brings us to 10 characteristics that I look for in new or emerging leaders. Now, before moving forward, I want to emphasize that leadership development is an ongoing process, and early on, it's unrealistic to expect to find someone who is exemplary in all 10 of these traits. I'll address this reality in my next podcast. To elaborate further on these 3 characteristics today, I think you can see that someone who is unpleasant to be around is unlikely to gather followers. So as I observe people, I like to see if they're the type of person to whom other people are attracted, or if they tend to drive people away. If it's the latter, then they're not likely to be a good candidate for leadership. The fruit of the Holy Spirit in Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 and 23 include love, joy, peace, forbearance or patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Every one of these relates to how a person interacts with others. Secondly, related to this, I like to learn about their reputation. Are they well regarded by their spiritual leaders and those in the church? Do they have good standing with their employer or their supervisor or community leaders? In 1 Timothy, the Apostle Paul gave these qualifications for church leaders. He must also have a good reputation with outsiders so that he will not fall into disgrace and into the devil's trap. That's chapter 3, verse 7. Those with a good reputation or a good track record, as I've shared in a previous podcast, are less likely to fall into disgrace and negatively impact their church or organization. And third and finally, do they have a strong Christ-centered marriage? Earlier in 1 Timothy 3, Paul said, "Now this overseer or leader is to be above reproach and faithful to his wife." That's chapter 3, verse 2. Whenever possible, I like to visit with prospective leaders in their home or at least spend time with him or her and their family, as a lot can be learned by these observations. This has been a word of encouragement for village church planters and leaders.